Hey guys, it's Charles Austin here with Liquid Blue Cabarete in Cabarete, Dominican Republic. As you can tell, I'm just checking out the brand new V4 Strike as well as Swing by F1. Both of these wings, I made independent videos about them on land, so it's not on the water testing it, just first impressions, and this is still sort of a continuation of the first impressions. And they're both amazing wings from what it looks like. And me, myself, I use both wings, the V3s and the V2s and the V1s when they're out, of the Strike and the Swing. The Strike is definitely the more performance-orientated wing versus the Swing being more a all-around user-friendly wing that also offers high performance, great performance, but is a little bit more geared to be user-friendly. And it's hard to describe why. It might be just like the feeling on the water, how it sort of generates its power, how it manages itself and feels, basically makes it lean a little bit towards that user-friendly side, a little bit softer, let's say. While the Strike is definitely the more of the performance side, where if you know how to use it, it's gonna be a weapon that will just be able to do whatever you want it to do, no matter if it's wave riding, freestyle, racing, or just riding. But it also is a wing, to be honest, where I've seen people learn on it without a problem. So this is just once you get a little bit more advanced and you start fine-tuning your riding, that you might prefer one over the other. So just looking at them, I was looking at them side to side before I started this video, just to get a little bit of an idea of what I'm looking at. And of course, all of these things are not gonna be able to control it, so all the decisions that are done, this is the final product. So my opinion really won't change what the future holds. Or what the future is right now. But basically, this Strike has a little bit of a more of aggressive curve versus the Swing, which is a little bit flatter, in my opinion. So this has a sort of like this angle that really makes it just seem, I think it's called dihedral, a little bit more aggressive. So that probably helps with some of the performance aspects, but probably also lowers how much power you generate versus, and I'm just gonna put this wing down, versus a bit of a flatter wing. So we'll start off with the Swing. One thing that's great about either or, and this is to be mentioned right off the bat, is that the V4s is a big upgrade compared to any other previous years, and it's because of this new system that F1 has just released, and it's not even completely released yet. So basically, a lot of people in the market, they always complain, I want to ride hard handles, or I want soft handles, or I want a boom, or I want some hybrid handles. Well, basically now what F1 has done is they've created a new way to adapt all those different handles on one wing. So what's gonna be interesting is first to see how this wing performs in its natural state, essentially how it is now. And then once we get our hands on, which is gonna be in the next 3 to 6 months, I believe actually 3 months, 6 months is probably too far. But in the next 3 months, we're gonna get our hands on the boom. We're gonna get our hands on the hard handles. And we're gonna get our hands on, I believe there's a soft handle version. I'm not sure if we're gonna ride that, because already this, I love it. I wouldn't wanna go softer than this. But I'm definitely curious about the hard handles, and I'm definitely curious about the boom, because I just think the boom in terms of freestyle potential is at another level. Though I'm just speaking from my imagination and what I've seen in person. But basically, this is the game changer, and it's on both of the wings. So whether you get the Strike or you get the Swing, you're gonna be stoked because of this upgrade. And this alone already, for me, justifies upgrading from the V3 or any previous year, because this is hopefully, or most likely, gonna become a new standard, I'm guessing, if it works out as imagined and envisioned, because now you're gonna have all these sort of features, potential features, in one wing. So apart from that, if you know anything about F1 and you know anything about the Strikes or the Swings, the quality is there. You know, the handles so far, just when I hold the wing like this, you can tell that the front handle is a little bit higher up, while the back handle is a little bit tighter, pulled in. And my knuckles do touch here at the back, so I really wonder what's gonna happen there with time, if my knuckles gonna get a little bit of a blister, but we'll have to see. But this front handle is definitely pushed away nicely, gives an extra inch or so of height to the front hand, in case you're ever using it. Probably more space with the sheeting in and sheeting out. But in terms of the build quality, 10 out of 10. Or let's give them a 9.9 out of 10. Honestly, don't even see what else they could be doing. Pretty light, you know, look at that, just threw it up and it just floats. Pretty light. The shape, as I mentioned, feels just a little bit flatter, so it's probably gonna be able to pull in the wind nicer and be, like what I mentioned, a little bit softer. While here it might be a quicker, more nimble wing because of that spread, but also how you're generating power probably won't be the same or feel the same. And these are both 4.5s. So unfortunately, I won't be able to test these out right now. By the time you're seeing this video, if you see it come out right away, I will be able to test it out in the coming weeks once I'm back. But it's gonna be very curious to see what is the difference, because I feel like the differences here are a little bit more pronounced than previous years in terms of just the shape as well as the boxiness. This one just feels, the strike feels a little bit more boxy than this one, but overall, super, super good. And then in terms of the V4, let's check this out right here. So in terms of the V4, yeah, again, build quality, top of the line. Front handle, same thing, a little bit higher up, and then the back handle, a little bit more pulled in than before. And to be honest, there's not too much more to say about it. You didn't see me pumping up the wing, but it's the same inflate as before. You got 2 separated inflates. They recommend at 9 PSI the leading edge, and then 10 PSI the center strut. Generally speaking, when I'm testing this out, I'll test it out at the recommended PSIs, but I do like to pump my wings a little bit harder. But other than that, it feels actually super solid. I pumped these both up at the recommended PSI, and it feels really solid. There are some stitching differences on this leading edge. Don't know what it does, to be honest, but that is one difference that I noticed. And then other than that, the load diffuser panel, just a little bit smaller, a little bit more pulled in. But the big game changer difference is right here in the handle setup. So in any case, guys, I'm gonna leave you with that. This is just a quick comparison on land of both wings. If you're thinking to upgrade, this is probably gonna be a good year to do it because of this new feature. And apart from that, it's just the same build quality and performance you probably, if you've ever tried an F1 wing, that you've seen before. And now we're just gonna have to see how it rides out on the water. I haven't been yet able to test it out, but we will be able to test it out in the coming days, and we'll make sure to have a video for that. So in case, guys, it's Charles Austin here with Liquid Blue Cabarete in Cabarete, Dominican Republic, and we'll leave it at that. Enjoy the video, and hopefully you get out there on the water and get your hands on one of these to test them out. We'll for sure let you know what we think, but if you've tested one out, make sure to let it be known in the comment section below. So this is it.